What's going on, everyone? Justin here with Trading Cards and More, back with another video. Kind of a random video. If you guys missed it, I did a PSA return yesterday. We had 137 cards. We did get 100 and what was it? 112 PSA 10s. We only had 25 non-10s. These were 4 out of the 25. This card in particular, I graded 7 of these, and we only got 2 10s, and then we got 4 6s in a row, which was very strange. And we got a PSA 8. I'm not sure exactly what happened here. I looked over all my cards very carefully. All of my Sword and Shield era cards, I graded a ton of them. I only got like a handful that were not 10s. So I did quite well. But this was the strangest thing I've ever seen. I've graded thousands of Pokemon cards over the years, over the last 5 years. And I mean, I've gotten some weird grades here and there, and I've gotten some 6 grades on cards where they had like a bend or something's weird going on with the print. But I didn't see anything wrong with these, and looking at them, I can't tell that there's anything wrong with them. So I don't exactly know what happened or how this happened, but we're gonna crack one out, and then we might end up cracking another one out, and so on. These aren't worth nothing in a PSA 6. I mean, I think the 10s are going for like 30 or 40 bucks, and a 6 would just be pointless to even try to sell it. So we're gonna just crack them out. If you guys are in here, let me know. We got Musav in here, Deadpool, My Lead Nation. What's going on? Welcome, welcome. Kind of a late thing, but just kind of as my night's kind of winding down, I'm curious as a cat on these because I want to know what exactly happened, what's going on here. And you guys will get to see how you crack a card out of a case. Obviously, once you crack it out of a case, you kind of ruin it, but you can save the card, obviously. Um, but if anybody needs one of these, go ahead and take the cert on this. I don't really care if you need it for like your PSA set registry or something like that. This is kind of the sucky part because when you crack into it, you're going to have some plastic that kind of flies. But I don't really mind it. There's ways you can keep it from going everywhere, but that's kind of the main part. And then you want to get your knife in there, and I just kind of wiggle it until it pops real good. The key is to not really get too close to the card itself. Let's see if I can get a little bit more off this corner here. There we go. Usually I can pretty much do this pretty easily because I've done it a number of times. If you have a screwdriver, like a straight head, that's usually the way to go. I do have one. I don't have like a regular one. I got this one, but... And I'm pushing this way. I'm not pushing at the card. There we go. Yeah, I just don't have a flat... I mean, this is a flathead technically, but I don't have like one in the house. They're all Phillips. A lot of times what I'll do is... Let's get the thing out of there. Cool, cool. That's cracked down the darn. There's one little piece right there that didn't come off. There we go. That should get it. It's not always going to crack perfectly, and this one kind of cracked bad, but I'm not too worried about these cards because they're not worth maybe like $5. Ah, there we go. Got it. Nice. Hopefully we didn't damage the card doing that. Obviously, this was something expensive. I would be taking my time a little bit more, but... Okay. So... PSA 6, you say? So let's take a look at this. Now, if I hit it with the light, usually you can see there's any kind of like area where there's like a bend or something. It'll catch on the light. I'm not seeing anything What's that right there? Is that something? Sometimes this cardstock could be tilted a certain way. Like you can almost see, would you consider that a crease? Is that what they thought? That that was like creased right there? Because I don't see. I think just looking at cards, if you're doing this for a living and you're grading cards, your eyes will start to play tricks on you after a while. And they start to see stuff that's not even really there. That's why I'm really trying to like break this down to where, because I had a Charizard, a pretty expensive Charizard that got a 7, and when I hit it with the light and went back and forth, there was like it wasn't a crease, but it was like almost like a line, like a slight bend in the card, and everyone was telling me don't send it back in, blah blah blah. Well, I sent it back in, it was a 7, and I sent it back in when I got it back, it was a 9. So I have proven that theory to be wrong. So one person sees something that maybe wasn't even there, or something that isn't even really something at all, and the next person wouldn't even notice it. So yeah, if I look really, oop, like right in there, see that right there by the N, maybe you could say there's like, it kind of hits a bend right there, like right there. That's, I mean, you don't even really notice it until, okay, look at the front hollow here. So on the card right here, by like where the C is at, that would be right there. I can catch it right there. There's like a line right there. But it's so like almost not even noticeable. That's what I'm seeing on this card. So I'm guessing this little like almost like a line indentation, but it's, I mean, you really got to be looking for it to see it. And then when you flip it over, you can kind of catch it like right there. They're absolutely the worst graders in the market. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used anybody else, so I couldn't tell you. Yeah, I have to assume that's what caused it to knock down. It's so minor that I don't understand why they could have like knocked it down like that far, like all the way down to a 6. Basically, they're saying there's a bend in the card, and then they give it a 6. So I have to assume that that's what it is that threw it off. But I mean, it's so like just minute that you don't even really see it. So weird. Another grader probably wouldn't even caught that, and the card would have just got a 10. To be honest, and I've had that happen before where I looked at the card a certain way and I caught a little thing in it. I sent it off anyways, and it came back a 10. So the thing is they caught it with that card. So then the very next card, they're looking for that same exact thing, and then they found it on the next card, and the next card, the next card. So because the one card got knocked down, they knocked every one of them down, is what I'm guessing. I'll go ahead and do this to this one as well. I notice if you take this top edge off, it makes it a lot easier to get into this. I'm gonna have plastic all over the place. Oh well, clean it up later. Slide my knife in there. This one should go a lot better because I went ahead and took that whole top off at once. There we go. See how much easier that worked? Once you get used to this, it's really not that hard to do. There we go. That may sound loud and violent on the camera, but it's really not. Got our label there. All right, let's take a look-see. right there between supporter and the middle there. You can catch it on the light, and there's like a very, very faint line once again. I mean, it's so like microscopic that you don't even you really got to be looking for it. But like I said, they probably seen it on the one card. So then the very next card, they were like specifically looking for that issue. And 9 graders out of 10 wouldn't even have saw that or even deducted for it, which is weird. Okay. And then if you're looking at it on the back, and you're really looking at it, maybe there's a line right in here. But it's just so hard to even, like when you're just looking at the card like this and eyeballing everything, it looks perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just weird because I didn't buy these all from the same seller or anything. I bought these from multiple different sellers. I had like 7 of them that I sent in. And for them to find like an issue like that, every single one of them somehow had that same issue. Just kind of boggles the mind if you ask me. But it is what it is. I've had crazy stuff happen. I had a Japanese basic Charizard I sent in. I got a 7. It's like, how the heck did this get a 7? And I was looking at it and everything, showing it on camera. Sent it back in, got it, 8 months later or whatever, and it came back a 9. So it got upgraded 2 points. So I get my CG card champ, so you get CSG bulk back tomorrow. Don't worry about getting screwed on the grade. CSG, nice. Yeah, I'm not a fan of CSG myself. It's extremely tough to get a 10 with their grading system. And I see 9s that look like they could have got PSA 10s. They're just a little too harsh for me. And that kind of takes away the resale value. If you got like let's say a 9.5, it's probably only going to sell for what like a PSA 9 is going to sell for. So, just my opinion. Plus, I think they charge more for their subgrades and everything. That's kind of their draw. It's the subgrades, so you know why your card got what it got. Plus, I don't think anybody's ever going to compete with PSA's set registry. I just started doing the set registry a couple days ago, and I'm like already hooked. And you have to have cards that are certified by PSA with a certain number. So I just don't see anybody ever really being able to compete with PSA. And I mean, right now they're expensive and blah, 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 but once they get caught up on everything, they're going to start to come back towards reality. And then all these other grading companies are going to kind of just be dust in the wind. All right. I don't think PSA is going to add subgrades because just like their 9s and 10s, like they're not going to just add a 9.5 grade because they've done it for so long the way they do it. They're not just going to all of a sudden completely change the way they do things. So I don't think they're going to ever add subgrades. It just doesn't make sense for their way their cases are and everything. Oh, okay, I caught this one pretty fast too. Right by where it says supporter right. Let's see if I can, yep. Once you get the light on it, you can see that little like line indentation. The last one was barely even anything, but this one you can see it. It kind of popped out at me. So that's, if there wasn't this like yellow part here that says supporter on it and was just like this regular card like this, they would have never even seen any of that. Ooh, maybe on the back you can. Yeah, on the back you can see like right here. Catches in the light. See, I never caught that, and I don't know if that happened in shipping or something, how it got damaged, I don't know. But yeah, there's a line right here, and you can actually see another line right here. So this one has one there, and then one there. That's very weird. Don't know how that happened. But it happened nonetheless, not the end of the world. Like I said, out of 137 cards, I only had a handful that more like head scratchers. So Panini stickers, some each will have a top sticker with the same damage. Huh. Yeah, it's possible that somehow the card got mishandled, but it is strange that they all had that same exact damage in the same spot, and I bought these all differently, and I packed them all nice and tight in a box to where, I mean, I don't think something like that would happen. It's just very strange. It's a head scratcher for sure. But it couldn't have happened to, you know, a worse, like a better card. I mean, a worse card than this. Basically, these are not very valuable, so. And I didn't know that a year ago that the PSA 10 out of this card was only going to be like 35, 40 bucks, or I probably wouldn't even have messed with it, but. Alright. PSA 6. Yeah, I'm just glad. I did send my Snorlax back. They got back with me within 24 hours. I got a label. I printed it out. I packaged it up. Basically, they're going to reholder my card free of charge. I had, if you guys didn't watch this, I had a big piece of like white, it looked like string almost. It was like a piece of like stringy plastic or something inside the case on the card. And if I shook the thing around, it wouldn't move off the card or anything. It was just stuck in there. So, and it was a PSA 10 and it was like a $150 card. So I was like, yeah, I need to get this fixed. So they said they would fix it and free of charge. And so I sent it off today. They should get it in a few days. And then see if we can catch this one from the bat from. Very weird if they did mishandle my cards. But we should be getting that. They said within 10 business days I should be getting the card back. I don't see it on the front of this card. Like the last one where I had like a line right there. Not really catching it here. There's a tiny little nick job right there. Which I don't know how that happened. Like someone said, maybe they somehow mishandled my cards or something. And a few of them just got damaged. Yeah. If I hit it with the light right in here, there's almost like a line. See how it like catches right here, like going vertical. Huh. So weird. So, I guess that's what happened. I mean, it's definitely weird. We've gotten some weird grades, that's for sure. But I was just looking, I got a stack back here, some PSA 5s and 7s and stuff like that. Maybe we'll crack this one out, because this was a PSA 5. I think I didn't send a lot of these in. Yep, I can see that one right off the bat. Because of the fronts, I had some right next to Chris Mullen. You can see that like stretch marks going on the front of the card. These have like a glossy surface to them, and for whatever reason, everyone I was pulling out of the packs of this first card of this, there's 3 cards in the set: 544, 545, and 546. The middle one's got Jordan on it. But this one in particular, everyone I was getting had like little issues on it, and somehow I didn't catch it on this one. But it got graded a 5 because of that. So I don't think I'm gonna crack that one out. But yeah, just something I want to do, and wanted to get these out and see what the heck what happened. Definitely a few of them I think could pass over if I wanted to regrade them, but there's no, it's just be throwing money down the toilet pretty much, because the cards aren't worth that much, and grading is just way too expensive. When I sent these off, it was only $10 a card to grade, so like you could send off, you know, a $5 or $10 card, pay $10 to have it graded, and now it's worth, you know, double your investment or whatever. So is what it is. Hopefully we got some more PSA submissions coming back. I've got a few that should be getting pretty close to assembly. I think I've got quite a few orders. Let me think here. I got 9 orders, so 6 of them are in grading right now, and a few of those should be going into assembly soon. They've been in grading for quite a while. So I got some more Pokemon cards, and then I got some I think modern and ultra modern, mostly modern I think. Um, so excited for those. Tomorrow's my birthday, so we'll probably do a opening for tomorrow. So I have not a whole lot going on tomorrow, and I got one more Celebrations Elite Trainer box that I think I'm gonna crack, and I think that might be the last one we do, because I've now pulled the Charizard, the Gultzar Umbreon, um, and the Mew. I don't, did I pull the Magikarp? Shining Magikarp. I think I might have pulled that one. I think I've pulled everything I wanted to pull, but I think we'll just open one more just for the fun of it. And it's celebrations, and it's my birthday. I'll be celebrating, so kind of corny, but yeah. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully, you learned something. Maybe you learned how to crack a card out of the case. Maybe you learned why these cards are graded 6s. It was very, very strange to get 4 PSA 6s in a row. It's never happened to me on any of the modern like Pokemon cards that I've ever graded. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night, and we'll see you in the next one.